And he shared this opportunity with us and brought it to our attention. And so he is somebody that we obviously jump online with regularly. He's a source of updates. And he was just sharing some information with us yesterday. Really some guidance, really, in terms of how we should position this opportunity when we're talking to people. And he raised some very valid points. You know, we've heard that there are something like 800 brands in the mix now, something like 800 brands which we are going to go to market with on the 1st of November. And we've heard that Mighty Buyer has negotiated direct to manufacturer deals. But does that mean that every single one of those deals, every single one of those 800 brands is a direct to manufacturer deal? Well, no, it doesn't. And it's very important that we position this in the right way, because a high percentage of them will be direct to manufacturer, but a percentage of them won't be. For example, you know, the company has just signed a deal with a major distributor for the 7 major fashion houses from Italy. But if you was to actually phone any of those individual companies and say, have you heard of Mighty Buyer? They would probably say, well, no, we haven't. So it's very, very important that we position this in the right way and let people know that, yes, a vast majority of those brand relationships will be direct to manufacturer, but some of them won't be for obvious reasons, for logistical reasons, for commercial reasons, all sorts of reasons why they might not be. So it's very, very important that we position that in the right way, because very often Mighty Buyer will also deal with sole distributors. In terms of the distribution, you know, a number of people have asked, well, you know, is everything coming from direct to manufacturer? Well, the answer to that again is it's going to be a hybrid approach. So very much like when you go to a large store and order a high ticket item, maybe a sofa or a high-end refrigerator or something like that. Sometimes that they will say to you, that's going to come direct from manufacturer and it's not going to come for us, and there may be a little bit of lead time. So again, very, very important that we position that in the right way. That also enables Mighty Buyer, because if they use some of their own distribution for smaller items, it also cuts down on the number of deliveries that they have to make as well, because they can actually combine single orders into multiple orders into a single delivery if people are ordering multiple items, which we obviously hope they will. Another point that we talked about yesterday on that call was, again, it's all about positioning. It's all about managing expectations, giving people the right message, not getting into trouble by saying the wrong thing and not creating a false impression. And a number of people are going out there and saying, we're going to be the new Amazon. Well, you know, that's not strictly true. You know, Amazon are light years ahead of where we are now. Yes, Mighty Buyer has been 4 years in the making. Yes, it's going to be an incredible platform. It's certainly going to be an incredible business opportunity. Are we going to be the new Amazon right out of the gates? Well, no, absolutely not. So it's very important, again, to position this in the right way. But what we can say is that the team they have a full-time pricing team who are benchmarking against Amazon. So on a daily basis, they're going to be monitoring Amazon and ensuring that our pricing through the platform is as competitive, if not slightly cheaper, than Amazon, which again gives us a great competitive advantage. Again, does that mean that we will be cheaper or as cheap on every single product in the range? No, absolutely not. There are commercial reasons and certain products where they wouldn't compete on something. But in the main, they are going to be benchmarking against Amazon, cheaper or as cheap. And the other thing that I just want to position with you as well, 1st of November is closing very, very fast. It's what is it, around a week away now. So that pre-launch period has flown by. We're pre-launching in 32 countries at the moment. Considering the scope of what Mighty Buyer is doing, that's been pretty smooth. Yes, we know there's been some issues with payment. With payment platforms. What is refreshing, as has been pointed out to us, and as Steve said on a call the other day, you know, that payment issue is totally and utterly the responsibility of Mighty Buyer's particular banking partner. Yet what is very refreshing, and certainly for somebody who's been in this space for some time now, Mighty Buyer have taken full responsibility for that. And that's why they put in place the ability to register people and then for the company to internally get those accounts live. I've never known a company in this space. I've been involved in this kind of industry for over 20 years on and off. I've never seen a company take responsibility like that, which is very refreshing. Now, obviously, as I said, 1st of November is very close. Necessarily going to be 100% squeaky clean on the 1st of November. It may not be totally glitch free, but what they have committed to, they've said, we don't want to put that launch back in any way, shape or form. We are going to go live on the 1st of November. Will every single tiny little aspect of the shopping experience be right? Will every tiny little aspect of our shopping platforms be absolutely correct? Probably not, but there will probably be 95, 96, 97% there. So it's very important to look at this probably like a beta launch. When you get involved in a beta launch and a beta test of the company, not absolutely every single thing is right. It's there or thereabouts. We have an opportunity to feedback and be a part of this at a very, very early stage. So again, it's all about positioning, guys. The company is ramping up very, very quickly in terms of the support that it will be offering us when we go live on the 1st of November. Steve was telling us that they're opening a new support center in Sofia in Bulgaria. They have a number of different offices. Their European head office is in Eindhoven. They have a US registered office, which is not manned yet, but that is in readiness for their US launch. And there are certain other countries around the world where they are having to establish an office, a physical presence, to be allowed to trade in those companies. I think Spain is another one of them. And so they're really going where the resources are. And in Sofia in Bulgaria, there's a great source of multilingual graduates. Sorry, I was having difficulty saying that then. In that location. I know they're in the process of recruiting about 70 or 80 people in that location, which is very, very exciting. So that means they're going to be able to meet the demand for people using all of those different languages from across those 32 countries. So that's just a little bit of news, really. Not so much news, but just ensuring that we're absolutely positioning this in the right way. We're painting the right message. We're managing people's expectations as we move closer and closer to the 1st of November. We get the messaging right, and then when we launch on the 1st of November, people will know exactly what to expect, and they'll join us both from a partner and a customer perspective, and have a great shopping experience. Jason, you were on that call yesterday. I don't know whether you can think of anything I've missed there, because I'm just literally, because I was expecting to have Dave this evening, I'm just literally reading from my rough notes from yesterday. Jay, I don't know whether there's anything you want to throw out, anything you want to add, anything you want to share.
The only other thing that I made in my notes, Graham, and as usual, you've made a pretty comprehensive set of everything for sharing out with everybody else. Just back on the payment platform, the company, one of the companies that's being looked at and spoken to is called Ingenico. Now I've had some experience with Ingenico in the past in my financial services days, and they're one of the top e-payments platforms across the globe. They are absolutely huge. So to have someone like Ingenico prepared to be involved with Mighty Buyer at this stage just shows the level of belief that these kind of payment partners are going to have in the growth that Mighty Buyer is going to bring to that particular area. That's about the only other note that I had on the meeting yesterday, Graham. If you, being as Dave doesn't appear to be around, if you like, I'd go over a couple of bits around the adding and tagging.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So guys, we kind of covered this on an audio training last week, just around the duplicated process that we've got in place, that if everybody follows, it becomes second nature. And you know what? It's a proven system that we know has worked, and it's one that we should all be doing. It's easy to kind of get confused because there's 2 or 3 pages involved. What should you do where, and so on. So I'm just gonna go over it again real briefly while we're all on Zoom. And you know what? Feel free to make some notes. The call's going to be recorded anyway. But sometimes if you make notes in your own way, in your own words, then it can hit home a little better for you. So let's just we'll take an example where we've got a new prospect that we've already been talking to. We've had a couple of conversations on Facebook or on the phone or down the pub or whatever. Maybe you sent them to our team youcan2.info page, and they've already started to look through some of the information there. So now you want to start getting them integrated into the whole the Facebook system that we have. So the first thing that you should do is, if you want to bring somebody in as a guest to the Live Your Life Facebook page, bring them in as a guest, and make sure that you tag that guest in the pinned post and ask them to take a read and have a look round, and then remind them that you'll get back in touch with them again in the next sort of 24 to 48 hours. But it should only be guests that go into that that Facebook group, to just look around and bring them closer to signing up to becoming a partner in the Mighty Buyer business. Once somebody's gone through the process and you've sent them an invite and they've registered and they have an active account in Mighty Buyer, at that point you want to actually go back to the Live Your Life page and just tag that partner again in the rules document. Not the pinned post, but the rules document of that page, just to remind them that they're actually now a partner. Make sure they read the rules, make sure they follow the process for that page properly. And you know what? If you want to add a picture of that person and tag them with their permission, obviously, maybe a little bit about that, about their background and so on. Put that in the Live Your Life page as well. Great, because it's things like that that will act as a tool for other people. So you add your mate down the pub who is he's a football coach for under 12s, and somebody else in another team has a friend who tags somebody in the Live Your Life group, saying, "Oh look, hey Johnny, here's Keith. He's also a coach for under 12s football as well." So it's kind of a connectivity tool at that point, which allows other people to share your resources, your people that you're bringing in, your people who have the same background, the same job or same interests. And it just gets other people's brains thinking. So you've now got your partner, you've gone back into the Live Your Life group and you've tagged them in the rules doc, and you've maybe added a post and a picture. So now you also want to add them to the One Life group. And again, when you add them to the One Life group, it's important that you don't welcome them on the main page. Welcome them within the pinned post. Okay? So that's welcome your new partner and the MB One Life on the pinned post. And in the tag them also in the rules document as well. And it's just about making sure that everybody understands the rules and the wherefores of how those pages operate. Okay? You also want to be adding them into our YouCan2 community page, because this is where our kind of our community is growing and where our interconnectivity is best served. And we share a lot of things between each other and the YouCan2 community that aren't perhaps covered in the wider MB community pages, because they're things that we as the leadership feel that we want to share with you in perhaps a slightly different manner. So it's feels a little bit more complicated sometimes, but it really isn't. They're all just tools there to do the job for you of bringing somebody into your business, to helping your business grow. And if you follow those processes, you'll also help other people grow their businesses, and your business will grow if other people follow those processes as well. If anybody's got wants to know in a little bit more detail or go step by step walking through that, just reach out to me and I'll be happy to help. I think me and Grahame will probably put something together over the next few days or week with a step 1, do this, step 2, do this, and share that out to the community in case people find that that might be useful. We all know that sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times of going through something for it to sink in and become second nature. And we're all about giving you the best chance of doing that as quickly as possible. The first few times you're bringing people in, it can be a little bit laborious. No, I've got to tag them here, must remember to tag them there. But you know what? You're giving people the best possible start in creating their Mighty Buyer business by doing that. And that's what we all want. We all want to do well for ourselves, and we all want to help the people that we're bringing into the business to do well for them as well. The team builds the team, guys. That's all I wanted to do, G. So hopefully that was some value.
Yeah, mate, fantastic. For off the cuff, that was absolutely incredible. Great content. And as you said, we are recording the call. So guys, you better come back to that and listen again to exactly what Jason said there. As he said, there are a few steps in the process, but once you get them down pat, we know we've got a system there. The combination of the You Can Too community and Live Your Life and MB Partner Group, we know that's a combination that will help you build your Mighty Buy business. Most of the steps are contained in the pin post in You Can Too, but as Jay said, we probably will just expand on that a little bit. And also, don't forget, as a resource for getting your new people started, you can also go, and this again links from the pin post, but you can go to the Team You Can Too website, Team You Can Too /getting started, and again see a step-by-step breakdown of everything that that Jason was talking about there in terms of what to do and when. And also, don't forget, as an additional resource for people you're actually sharing the Mighty Buyer opportunity with, currently the homepage of teamyoucantoo.info is dedicated to the pre-launch of Mighty Buyer right now. So, you know, you can actually go to that site, you can listen to a recorded interview between Steve Mitchell and Andreas Becker, the CEO. You can watch a 10-minute overview that I recorded. You can watch a 29-minute more detailed overview that Steve Mitchell did. You can also link straight through to a demonstration of the Mighty Buyer website, which is gaining speed and momentum and filling up with more and more products and looking better on a daily basis. We've actually put everything together for you in one place. So I hope that's helpful, guys. So guys, this wasn't quite the call we was expecting to bring you this evening. Not quite sure what's happened to Mr. Ives. I'm sure there's a really good reason for his absence. But obviously he'll be back with you next week. I'm not quite sure whether we're going to go back to the audio format or stick with the Zoom format, but actually this is a really good way for us to connect. We can see each other, we can interact better, which is great. So we're probably going to stick with this 9 o'clock Sunday night training format via Zoom, but we'll bring you more news and updates on that throughout the week. Great to see so many people on the call. We've got 48 participants right now, so the call is almost maxed out, which is absolutely amazing. We'll expand the capacity as the numbers grow. This is kind of around the number we're grabbing for a Sunday night training right now. But you know, let's build these numbers, guys. Let's get more and more people on. Make it so we have to expand the capacity of the platform and provide more seats for you. So with that, guys, I really hope that's been helpful this evening. We've kind of put it together last minute between us, Jason and I, but hopefully we brought you some useful information there, some little nuggets that you can use to help you move your business forward, and also, as I was saying earlier, to position it in the right way and manage people's expectations correctly. So guys, with that, we will make the call officially a wrap. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening.
Cheers, G. Cheers, everyone.
Okay. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.